Well guys, welcome back to my channel. Well, do we need another video about Combat Commander by GMT? Well, actually, I don't know exactly the answer. But, there are a lot of videos on YouTube and they are quite good, they are clear. But I want to make this attempt about the way to give the war gamers a new approach, a new way to learn the Combat Commander game system. So guys, I hope that you enjoy my video, and at the same time I want to suggest a book that I have just read, that is Infantry Tactics of the Second World War, published by Osprey. A very interesting book that you can connect to this game, to this Combat Commander game that is dated 2006, so quite old. And let's try to refresh this very good game by Chad Jensen. Enjoy the video and stay tuned. Bye. Well guys, ready to go? In front of you the track display. That is the first display that I'm going to explain. And in a second video I'm going to analyze the setup and all the units that are involved in this first scenario. And we are going to play the first scenario entitled Lipki, Russia, July 3rd, 1941. And as I was saying, at first I'm going to explain this white table that you find under the introduction to the scenario, that illustrates where the players have to place the information marker. So let's start with the first information marker, that is the marker about the year, well, 1941, and obviously you have to place it in the track, in the year track on the left of your track display, so 1941. Then the second information that the players have to consider is the victory point situation, and this scenario tells us that we have to place the VP marker on the position 0 of our victory track. Well guys, why am I starting from the placement of these information markers? Well, actually, I always suggest that if you want to learn a war game, well, it's not so advisable reading immediately all the rule book about the game. But I always suggest to open the playbook and analyze the information concerning the scenario. I always suggest the so-called technique called skimming and scanning. Actually, please browse the pages of the rulebook. Try to get the most important rules, try to get the sequence of playing, and then please consider that the most important fact is to place each counter and to understand the way that the game develops. So let's continue with this placement concerning Lipki. Please remember that Lipki is a location that is to be found at the south of the most important or the important city of Tula, and it's one of the towns seized by the Axis units during the so-called Operation Barbarossa. Well, the Third information that the players have to consider is about the OB display. What does it mean? Well, actually, the information says allies line 3. Well, so when I'm finding this line, well, I have to consider the central column, and I have to place the marker OB stats, well, onto the position 3. Well, this means that I have to play, I can play, the Soviet player can play 3 cards, 3 orders during each player turn. Actually, please remember that when I'm speaking about orders, I mean the top part of each card. Please remember that you can divide each card into 3 parts. The first one is called order, in this case advanced. Then action, that when I'm playing the card as action, well, I'm playing the action card together with another card, and then, well, we have the event that is to be considered when we have a roll of 7. Anyway, in the next video, I'm going to describe better the cards. So, line 3 as regards the Soviet player, and as regards the German player, well, I'm going to take the OB stats about the German player, well, and I'm placing it on the space 2. So actually, well, the Axis player can play only 2 orders cards. Then, fourth information, time track. Well, this is one of the news that characterizes this game. Well, actually, we have to use 2 markers to indicate, well, the turn, the flowing on the turn, the time. And by considering the scenario, I have to place this marker on the space 2, and on as regards the sudden death, well, I have to place it on the space 7. What does it mean? Well, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we can affirm that this game lasts about 6 turns. But please remember that we never count the turn in a traditional way. On the contrary, each time a player scores 12, and each time a player has run out the cards, well, in this case, well, we have to move the time towards the right. So when this time has reached the position 7, well, we have to check if the game is over by comparing the number, in this case 7, to a card, to the score coming from the card. For example, well, if I get 8, well, the game is not over, and the 2 players have to continue their struggle. Well, guys, why do I love Combat Commander? Well, actually, it represents the chaos. Well, we can criticize it. Why? Because it's a card-driven game. But actually, I think that it represents in a successful way the chaos that we can find on the battlefield. Well, when a player is sure to control the game, well, that's the time that an event can overthrow, well, the game. So guys, I love Combat Commander because of this fact. Let's continue with the placing of our markers. Posture. What does it mean? What does this word mean? Well, actually, well, the posture tells us how many cards each player has to draw. Well, when we are in Recon, and in this scenario we have both allies and axes in Recon posture. Well, when we are in a Recon posture, well, each player gets 5 cards. And under the Recon posture, we have also the initiative card. At the beginning of this game, the initiative card goes to the Axis player, and when a player has the initiative card, well, this player can play it to roll another time if he's not satisfied about the score. And the second importance of this card is at the end of the game. Why? Because the owner of this card, in a case of a tie game, well, is declared the winner. So please remember the importance of the initiative card. Obviously, when a player plays the initiative card, well, he has to give the opponent this card. Well, the last important fact when you are preparing the game is about the objectives cheats. Well, the heart of our game. Why? Because the players set up, or better, move their units according to the objectives that they have. Well, actually, the scenario lists that the allies and the axis have to get random cheats. So simply I'm going to draw an objective cheat. So for example, the Soviet player, the player A, well, has taken this objective cheat. Well, it's a secret, but I'm going to reveal it. Well, we have x5 equals 1 victory points. What does it mean? That each objective on the map has a value of 1 point. And obviously, this objective is known only to the player A. And then it's the German player, the Axis player is up and going to take another cheat. Well, and this time, well, another secret objective. And objective F, well, in this case, well, the location number 2 has a value of 2 victory points. And the Axis player is placing his marker on the his space, the space B. This scenario states also that there is a random open cheat. Well, I'm going to take my brown box. I'm going to take another objective cheat, and this is this objective is open. Both players know about this objective. And again, by reading this marker, we have number 5. So the location number 5 has a value of 2 victory points. And I'm going to place this cheat onto the center of my objective cheats track. Well, it's all for the moment. I hope to have been clear about this track display, and in the coming soon video I'm going to explain the setup and the other mechanics that characterize Command Commander Europe. Thank you for your attention and stay tuned. Bye.